Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're on page 239, and our objective today is, today I will solve multi-step word problems involving division using the measuring up strategy. Okay, that is quite an objective. So let's look at that again. So again, this is a three-step objective. So today I will solve multi-step word problems, which means there's probably going to be more than one operation involved. Involving division, so your main operation is going to be a division problem. And then this new strategy called using the measuring up strategy. So yesterday we did something called the dealing out strategy. This is called the measuring up strategy, okay? And they are pretty different. So let's look at our book, and then there's an error in our book that we have to correct. So it says the measuring up strategy, create groups of a certain number. The unknown is the number of each group. Okay, so friends, I'm going to not use a green pen because I want to be really clear. I'm going to cross this off. I want you to cross this off with me. Okay? So what the measuring up strategy is you have a total, and you don't know the number of groups, you know the number in each group. You know the number in each group. And then your quotient or your unknown is the number of groups. So when we did the dealing out strategy, we knew the number of groups. We knew how many circles to draw and pass out. This time we don't know that. We know the number that each group gets, but we don't know how many groups there's going to be. So they made a mistake here, okay? So for example, here they told you there's 35, and then they told you to put 5 in each group so that you know the number in each group, but you didn't know how many groups there would be until you went through and finished the problem, okay? So this is really important, knowing this difference. So make sure you have that on here. And then down here they wrote it wrong as well. So let's cross that off, because that's not what the measuring up strategy tells us. The measuring up strategy is you're trying to find out how many groups there's going to be. So let's look at our steps. It says identify the total number to be distributed, identify how many items in each group, measure up items to form groups, and then count the number of groups. This is where we're going to circle. It's going to be a little bit different here, okay? All right, so just to clarify one last time, in the dealing out strategy, I know how many groups there are. In the measuring up strategy, I know how many go in each group, but I don't know how many groups there are. Okay, so I'm going to get started and show you kind of what this looks like on mine. And I'm going to follow these steps if you want to follow along with me, okay? Okay, so look at your steps as I'm solving my problem. Okay, it says Oscar has 24 muffins, which he needs to put into boxes of 6. So not into 6 boxes, he needs to put boxes of 6, which means a box that has 6 in it. He has been given an additional 6 muffins by the store owner for being a valued customer. How many boxes will Oscar need in order to box up all the muffins? Okay, so my steps tell me I need to identify the total number to be distributed. How many does he have that he's going to be passing out here? Well, he had 24 muffins. But then it said the owner gave him an additional 6 muffins. So he has 30 that need to be distributed. So that was step 1. Step 1 says, identify the total number to be distributed. So he has 30. Okay, we have 30, which means he has 0 ones and 3 tens. So I'm going to draw that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next step says, identify how many items go in each group. Well, they told us that we need to put 6 in each group. I need to put 6 in each group. Okay, so I can't use these because this is worth more than 6, and I only can put 6 in a group, and this is 10. So I already need to unbundle all of those. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is how many muffins I have. And it says I need to put them into boxes of 6. So I can only put 6 together at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can put those 6 together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can put these 6 in a group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm doing step 3, which is forming groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I measured up, I formed all my groups. How many groups did I form? Because step 4 says count how many groups I made. How many groups was I able to make? I was able to make 5 groups. So my equation says Oscar had 30 muffins. He wanted to put 6 muffins in each group, and he was able to make 5 groups. That's what that tells us. So he had 30 muffins. He divided them into 6 per group, and he was able to make 5 groups. So how many boxes does he need? He needs 5 boxes because there's 5 groups. Okay, let me show you another one of these. Okay, a pet store has 20 fish that it must put into fish tanks. Each fish tank can only hold 8 fish. At the end of the day, 7 additional fish were delivered to the store. How many tanks are needed to house all the fish? Okay, so step 1 says identify the total number to be distributed. So what am I distributing? Aren't I distributing my fish? Yes. So how many fish do I have to distribute? Well, I had 20, or the pet store had 20, and then 10 additional were delivered. So they have 30 fish to be distributed. That's step 1. Okay, they have 30 fish. That's my 1s and 10s. So they have 1, 2, 3, 30 fish to distribute. Okay, step 2 says identify how many go in each group. So my group is my fish tank. How many can go in each fish tank? Only 8, right? It says each fish tank can only hold 8 fish. So I need to put 8 in each group. But this is 10, so I can't work that. So I need to unbundle all of those. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's the fish to be distributed. And step 2 says how many is going to go in each group? 8. I'm going to put 8 in a group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those 8 need to go in their own group. So that's a fish tank. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those 8 are going to go in a group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those 8 are gonna go in a group. How many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 6 left, so that's not really gonna be a full group. So step 3 said form my groups. I formed my groups. Step 4 says count my groups. Here's one group, one group, one group. I don't know if that's quite a group because it said 8. Let's read what my question says. How many tanks are needed to house all the fish? Well, they want to house all the fish. So won't they need a tank for this one too? They will really need a tank for those 6 fish. So I would say my equation is we had 30 fish. We wanted to divide them into groups of 8. And we had 3 groups of 8 with 6 left over. But the question says how many tanks are needed, so he needs to buy 4 tanks. So we had 3 groups of 8 with 6 left over, but that means we're gonna need 4 tanks for our fish. Okay, let's try some of these together, ladies and gentlemen. We're on page 240. Page 240, and here's our first problem. Natalia needs 9 apples to make her famous apple pie. Natalia has 25 apples. Naomi surprised her with a basket of 11 apples. How many pies can she make? Okay, so step 1 says identify the total number to be distributed. What are we passing out here? Are we going to pass out the apples? So how many apples do we have? Well, it says Natalia has 25 apples. And then it said Naomi surprised her with a basket of 11 more. So doesn't Natalia now have 36 apples that's going to be distributed? Yep, that's step 1. Figure out what you have to distribute. And that's our 1s and 10s. So Natalia has 1, 2, 3, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has 36 apples to distribute. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 says how many need to go in each group? Well, 9 apples are going to go in each group because each group represents a pie. So we need to put 9 apples in a group. Well, is this going to work when it's a 10? No. So we're going to have to unbundle all of those. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I might do one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I'll do it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I unbundled these apples and these all are the apples. Now I don't know how many groups she can have. I don't know how many pies she can make, but I know I need to put 9 in a pile or 9 in a group so she can have, each pie is going to have a group of 9 apples. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's make a group of 9 apples for her. And she can make a pie with those. So that's one group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's make another group of 9 for her. Because remember, I don't know how many groups I can make, but I know that I need to put 9 in each group. So I'm on step 3. Step 3 says form your groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's another group. Do I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, those fit perfect. Okay, so step 3 was form my group. Step 4 is how many groups did I make? I was able to make 4 groups. So if I have 36 apples and I want to distribute them or divide them into groups of 9, I am able to make 4 groups. So she can make 4 pies. but that's our answer. So it's like the opposite of what we did in our last lesson. We're trying to find how many groups we can make. Okay, let's look at one more problem together. And it says, a teacher is buying ribbon to make braids for the folkloric performance. Each braid requires 2 yards of ribbon. She buys 21 yards of ribbon. Mrs. Bradley bought an additional 12 yards of ribbon. How many braids can she make with the ribbon? Okay, so step 1 is we are going to identify the number to be distributed. So what's going to be distributed is our ribbon. So she had bought 21 yards, and then she went and bought an additional 12. So she has 33 yards of ribbon to distribute. So that's step 1. She has 33 yards of ribbon to distribute. Okay, so that was step 1. So she has 33 yards of ribbon to distribute. Okay, step 2 is she needs to put 2 yards. It says to identify how much goes in each group. Well, each group needs 2 yards because each group is going to be a bow that she can make. Make a braid she can make, and she needs to put 2 yards of ribbon for each braid. So am I going to be able to pass this out? No, because this is worth 10. That's worth 10, so I need to unbundle again. Okay, ready? Let's unbundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I unbundled 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this was worth 30, so now I have 30. Okay, now we need to put 2 in each group. So 1, 2, there's a group. 1, 2, here's another group. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And we have this left over. So we know 2 had to go in each group. How many groups do we actually have? That's a lot. Okay, so we have 33 yards of ribbon divided into 2 for each group, 2 in each group. Okay, how many groups were we able to make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, but we have with 1 left over. Okay, but the question asks us how many braids can she make? Can she make a braid with this leftover? No, so I would say she could only make 16 braids because she can't make a braid with our leftover one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, a lot of unbundling. You can do it. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.